Hey Facebook, happy Tuesday. It is Melissa Rolfs here, and I wanted to come to you today. I'm kind of mixing it up. As my husband says, variety is the spice of life. I'm not really sure that I'm there yet. I kind of prefer my cozy area and the dining room where I normally go live, but also didn't really want to set it up. So I'm being lazy today and I'm here. So I wanted to talk about desire because we just came back from spring break and it was awesome. We had a great relaxing time away in Myrtle Beach and it was wonderful. We slept in and we went to the ocean and we went to the pool and we got lots of sun and ate great food and just really had a good time together as a family. And there were a couple things that happened on that trip that kind of have made me think about this. The first one is I read this great book called Thou Shalt Prosper, 10 Commandments for Making Money by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. And I posted a picture of this on my Facebook page last week and just shared that I was reading it. It's a really interesting book and it kind of shifted my paradigm on money and what we think about it. And I think a lot of times people think that, maybe not people, but it seems like in the church there could be a mindset or in ministry of money is bad or it's wrong or we're afraid to ask for money. There just seems to be kind of a timidity around it. And I think that what this book taught me is that it's okay to make money and it's okay to have wealth and it's okay to have these things that somewhere along the way I deemed as bad. And I've been a very black or white thinker, and I feel like God is kind of teaching me more about the gray. And I feel like this is an area that he is making me more gray with and not viewing it as bad. Because, for example, I used to think that it was wrong or bad to have lots of money. And the reality is if you have a lot of money, you can do a lot of good. I mean, we pray for several different organizations like A21 and International Justice Mission and various organizations that help people around the world. And the reality is if you have more money, you can give more money to them. So really, money isn't necessarily bad or wrong like I think my mindset was. So all of that to say, it's made me think about desire. And is it wrong or bad to have desire? No, I don't think it is. And I think it's what we do with those desires. And even if you look at the Bible, you know, that verse we all know is trust in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart, right? So I'm just going to read again in context. Psalm 37:4 is that verse, but I'm going to read the verse ahead of it. So verse 3 of Psalm 37 says, trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. So really, the Bible doesn't say that desire is bad or that desire is wrong, that desire is selfish. It says trust in him, right? Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. So what that tells me is that when we delight in him, he gives us what we desire. And I think that we get a little wonky, or I will say myself, get a little bit wonky when I want what I desire more than I want him. Or I want this thing that I think is going to fix my problems that day, and I want that more than him. That's when it becomes an idol, and that's when it becomes not necessarily a good thing. So I guess I'm just learning that God has given us desires, he's given us wants, he's given us needs, and as long as we put them in their rightful place and we seek him first, that's how he wants it to be. He doesn't ever want us to seek those desires or those things more than him. He always wants us to seek him first. So all that to say, my paradigm shift on desire is changing, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay wanting to make more money so that I can give more money away. And I'm okay with wanting to be successful to give him glory because all of the success and what I do comes from him. And I want to live where it's warm because I'm cold in the Midwest. And I don't think that those are bad desires and I don't think that they're wrong. But I think somewhere along the way, I don't know if I had taught myself or it was self-protection to think that desires were wrong, and that's not necessarily the case. So if any of you relate with this or maybe struggle with this or have overcome this, I would love to hear your story. Share what has helped you kind of work through that, because I think, as a Christ follower, I always want to be doing what is pleasing in his eyes, and I want to do the right thing, and I want to be in accordance with his will and the word. And I think that sometimes it's easy to get legalistic almost and put a box around what that should look like and what that should be, and I don't know that that's always in line with the word. So share below, message me, feel free to pass this video on. Let's get a conversation started. I'd love to just hear your thoughts and your takeaways, and maybe even share some things that you're desiring and you're asking God to give you and you're praying about. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that that's the other thing that I sometimes would get into, is I would be afraid of the desire, and I would be afraid to pray for it and ask for it because I thought it was bad or wrong. And that's not who God is. That's not how he works. He is good all the time, and he's a good father, and he delights in giving his children good things. So just want to encourage you with that. If you are feeling that fear or maybe shame of having desires, give those to him. Let him walk through that with you. He'll lead you to some verses. He'll lead you in the way that only he can. So I hope this is encouraging. Let me know what you think. It's kind of an interesting topic that he dropped into my heart, and I just wanted to come on here and get your feedback. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will probably be back on live again on Thursday. So thank you.